good for the country.
I'm joined now by two Democratic congressmen, David Cicilline of Rhode Island and Ted Lieu of California. Gentlemen, thank you. Congressman Cicilline, you start. Jack Kennedy, when he was president, once said, sometimes party loyalty asks too much. I don't understand these Republicans. Here's a chance. They say, I like his tax cuts. I like his deregulation. I don't like his personal behavior. This was about his personal behavior, and they voted with him like lemmings. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's very disappointing. This is really a sad vote in many ways. We only had 4 Republicans who were willing to show the courage of their convictions to speak up and condemn this racist language in strong terms. The president's evidence is he doesn't understand what's really great about this country, and that is our diversity, the fact that America is a welcoming place for people all over the world. The idea of saying, go back to your country is one of the oldest racist tropes there is. It should have been condemned by every Democrat, every Republican, every independent, every American. It's un-American. It was disgusting. The president owes them an apology, owes the American people an apology.
Congressman Lieu, you said something very powerful on this. I wish you'd say it again.
Thank you, Chris, for your question. So, like many people in America, I'm an immigrant. I also served on active duty in the United States military because I love America, and yet people go back to China or Japan or North Korea, and it's very hurtful when that happens. And like many immigrants, when we get that go back insult, we feel like we don't belong here in America. And make no mistake, the go back insult is flat out racist because it's based on race. If I was white, people wouldn't tell me to go back to China. They tell me, and I experience that insult because I happen to be of the Asian race. But what's good is Americans now realize that immigration is a good thing. We have high support for immigration, in fact, record highs according to a new poll. And David Cicilline and I are still going to be standing here after the occupant of the White House departs.
Yeah, I think that's true, Mr. Cicilline. Nobody would tell some West Virginian from a Scotch background, Scotch-Irish background, to go back to Scotland or to go back to Northern Ireland. Nobody would think of that because they're white. It's so obvious the way this.
Yeah, I mean, it's so obvious, and what's so disappointing is you look at the president's language, you look at his policies. This is clearly racism, and this was an opportunity for everyone to stand up and say enough is enough. We need to move forward on a whole range of important policy issues. We've passed 230 pieces of legislation that are sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk. We have lots of work to do for the American people, but it would have been very helpful today if everyone in the Congress said this is not America. This is not acceptable, and condemned it and voted to condemn the president for what he did. And it was very disappointing that we only had 4 Republicans that were willing to add their voices to this. This doesn't reflect who we are as a country. We cannot let the president say these things and change the character of America. And it was disappointing today that we weren't joined in our Republican colleagues, but it was an important thing to do. The president and the country needs to see us standing up and saying, this is not acceptable. This is un-American. This is not who we are. No one should be speaking this way, particularly the President of the United States.
While urging a unanimous vote early today, Speaker Pelosi condemned the president's words as racist, a move that prompted Republicans, the parliamentarian, to strike her words from the record under the rule that prohibits personal attacks on the House floor. Here it is.
These comments from the White House are disgraceful and disgusting, and the comments are racist. Every single member of this institution, Democratic and Republican, should join us in condemning the president's racist tweets. To do anything less would be a shocking rejection of our values and a shameful abdication of our oath of office to protect the American people. I urge a unanimous vote and yield back.
I was just going to give the General Speaker of the House if she would like to rephrase that comment.
I have cleared my remarks with the parliamentarian before I read them.
And take it. Can I ask the words be taken down? I make a point of order. The gentlewoman's words are unparliamentary and ready to be taken down.
Well, the parliamentarian later ruled that Pelosi's language was indeed out of order. However, a vote to strike Pelosi's words from the record was overruled by a near unanimous Democratic vote. Let me ask you, Congressman Lieu, what do you think about that? One of our producers who's pretty sharp, said the language of the resolution itself was pretty personal about the president. What was wrong with her saying that in her argument for it? There was nothing wrong with what Speaker Pelosi said because it was the truth.
there is an antiquated rule in the House of Representatives that basically says during debate, you cannot say the president's racist or that his remarks are racist, even if it is. And what the House of Representatives did today is we, in effect, reverse precedent because we want to make sure we say factually true things on the House floor. And I want to note that the president is engaging in a new line of attack now. He's attacking legal immigration and U.S. citizenship. And the problem for him is that many Americans are immigrants or have family members who are immigrants. This is backfiring on him in a big way, and he's going to. Most of America does not support what he says.
And Chris, the real irony of it is, the Republicans didn't have the courage to stand up and call it out and say it's racist and condemn him. Then they try to prevent those of us who actually have the courage to stand up and tell the truth from preventing us from doing that and trying to get the speaker's words taken down. I mean, think about that. Bad enough you don't have the courage, that you're a coward who won't stand up for American principles of equality and diversity and all the things that have made this country strong. But then you want to take down the words of the speaker because she spoke the truth. It's a shameful day.
Yeah, they should stay away from the Lincoln Memorial. Thank you so much, U.S. Congressman David Cicilline and Congressman Ted Lieu.